Right, guys, days are flying by. It's already 26th of March. Um, so I was looking at an article this morning, and it's like, how much good news can we handle in Bulgaria? And this is about bilateral trade between Turkey, or Turkey, and Bulgaria reached a record high in 2024, 7.7 billion euros, right? So this is the bilateral trade. Now, what I think is better than the Bulgarian exports to Turkey is that the Turkey is investing in Bulgaria for obvious reasons, because Bulgaria is now in Schengen. That may be why it increased by 15%. 15% last year. That's a lot. Just in trade between two countries, 15% increase. So the Turkish are now setting up businesses, as are the Greeks down in Gotse Delchev region. A lot of Greeks are setting up businesses there because it's favourable. Whichever creates the most favourable, because there's a lot of inflation in that in Greece, and well, inflation is just it's kind of hyperinflation in Turkey, and the currencies collapsed, and the stock market collapsed last week. So they're not only trading. They're like, I think this is included is the investment in Bulgaria. So that means it's all happening in Bulgaria, not Turkey. And it's a stepping stone for them in Turkey. So maybe they've got raw materials, whatever, foodstuffs and blah, blah, blah. So if they, for instance, bring it over as a raw material, I'm just surmising it, how it would work. And then they packaged it in Bulgaria or assembled things from components in Bulgaria. Then it's made in Bulgaria. And then it's in the Schengen area. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure what checks HGV, goods wagons have. I think they can just drive through now into the Schengen area, which is, if you want to get into the EU zone, you've got to go through Romania, who are also now in the Schengen, and then Hungary, and then that's it. You're in. Or you can go to Greece, no border checks. So that's another thing that may arise, actually. And it's one I was just thinking about just before. And that is, if Bulgaria and Greece have different, because they are the, Turkey is a non-EU place, but has borders with both of those countries, right? So that's the external border. Okay, so if any goods want to come in, say to Greece or Bulgaria, but Bulgaria is easier, like paperwork or tariffs or whatever, easier to get into than Greece, then perhaps the Turkish could come into Bulgaria and turn left, and they'd be in Greece with no border. And that's the situation down in the Svilingrad area. There's 3 borders meet: Turkey, Greece, and Bulgaria in like a triangle like that. There's Greece, there's Bulgaria, and there's Turkey. So if it's easier to get into Bulgaria with stuff, or they can assemble it in Bulgaria, and then and it's the whole Greek market as well, rather than if Greece was harder to get in, paperwork-wise or tariffs or duties or whatever, so they could do it that way, and whichever country has the most favourable terms with Turkey, they can just come in to Bulgaria, literally in 2 kilometres, turn left, and they're in Greece. That's how easy it is. Just come in, do the paperwork in Bulgaria, if it's cheaper and all that, and then you're in the Schengen, and then turn left. And there's no border anymore between Bulgaria and Greece. Just 2 kilometres down the road. But that could be a thing. But I can see the value in like the Turkish setting up in Bulgaria, because they're in the EU, and then it's, you know, from there any goods that's moving on, is made in Bulgaria, obviously. So Bulgaria's in the right place for in the first time in like probably 4 centuries. It's in the right place at the right time and in the right organisations, which are beneficial, you know. And then they you know, you're in the Schengen area now, and that's why they're investing here, Turkish. And it's all a plus. You can't only buy energy from Turkey, which doesn't include these. You don't have to declare the emissions or anything like that, because you're just buying electricity down a cable, and that's what they're doing, Bulgaria. We just can't stop winning, and the same at the other end of the country. They're buying electricity off North Macedonia. Same scenario. They're not in the EU. There's no emissions to declare, and it's probably cheaper than they can produce here with all the red tape. So that's how it's shaping here. And then Turkey, look east. That's why my channel's called Look East, because that's what we're doing. Everything's going east and not west. Like places like Bulgaria always used to catch the shirt tails of like Germany and all that, and now they're trading and doing business as a country in their own right. Turkey want to get into Bulgaria, you know, and also, you know, it's a good, and Serbia maybe they could do the same, which if Bulgaria makes it favourable going that way. And so all these things are like, I would say, stars aligning. Everything's aligning. And like, you know, when you think of the population here, 6.3 million, they've got the tourism, they got snow, good snow this year. Everything was booked up. Plus, another box ticked. Everything's booked up on the Black Sea already, apparently. That can be booked up in advance for the summer season. More record tourism. And everything's, you know, aligning. You got all these flights, what I mentioned. Every week there's more destinations from Sofia. They're building Terminal 3, the airport. So they must, those people, the airports and that, they know what they're doing. When they build Terminal 3, they know there's planes. It's going to be landing there. You don't get like, you know, some shops or something that like, no, they got no customers. Like that doesn't happen with airports. They know there's demand, and they'll actually have, and I'm pretty sure this will be the case. They'll actually have contracts drawn up with the airlines who are going to be there, and they won't build a new terminal unless there's something in place, like what did he call it? A letter of intent or something like that. And they'll be on a waiting list. But I would be very surprised if there's no penalty involved. If they don't take up these spaces that they're going to build for them. So that's another thing, and like you find now, just like the trade, they're starting to all trade with each other. Greece, Bulgaria, more trade with Romania, more visitors from Romania. I mean, noticeably now you see a lot of Romanian cars heading for the ski resorts. Actually, you see the skis on the cars, which you never used to see any of that. They never used to really visit too much in between those three countries: Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, and even the other countries, Serbia, Turkey. They never used to. In when I first came here, there wasn't much interaction, especially Turkey. I mean, it was quite frosty, the relationships, but the both countries have realised that they both can benefit. So they put all the differences aside, and they get the gas here through Turkey, the Turk Stream, which was originally intended to come into Bulgaria from Russia, but it turned out better in the end because the United States and the EU scuppered the pipeline coming into Varna, and now it's worked out better because it would have been cut off altogether. Now, probably direct from Russia under the sea to Bulgaria. It just wouldn't have been allowed. But it's better now because it goes into Turkey. So it's then Turkish gas. And it comes from various other places into this hub, with one of which is Azerbaijan. So really, it's only the Turks who know which taps to turn on and off. Oh, it's not two types of gas. It's like all the same gas. So it depends which taps they've got on and off, where it comes from, So really, no one knows. No one knows. You just open the tap from Russia and say, "Oh yeah, that's we've just filled that tank up there from Azerbaijan, and now we're going to sell it to Bulgaria, and it's come from Russia." If anyone, is bothered, don't think many people are bothered. Same with the crude oil. Like Bulgaria have said, we're not buying from Russia anymore, which I was surprised. But like they say it's coming from Kazakhstan through Russia to Bulgaria. So they've like squeaky clean, saying like, "Oh yeah, no, that's from Kazakhstan." Could be from anywhere. Once it's on that ship. Anyway, and like in the Black Sea, no one from the West is like pulling ships up in the Black Sea at the moment. And Bulgaria actually got an exemption where they could get crude oil from Russia, but they've made a point of saying, "Oh no, we're not buying it from Russia. This is from Kazakhstan." So it may be just a little white lie or something like this, same as the gas. So they're in the same right position for everything. Bulgaria. We're in, and I'm right in the middle of Bulgaria. So I'm in the middle of the centre of the new world. I could be. You never know. You never know. But every day, look at these. Just look at it. Just look at it. Just tune in to Nova Niti every day, and you'll see every day there's more deals being done in this area, more flights. Sofia Airport might become the most important airport in Europe. The way it's going here, it's absolutely fantastic. If you've got my kind of alternative optimism, and they've got all the beekeepers, that's increased by a zillion %. The beekeeping, they're complaining now they're not making enough money because there's that many of them. So it's like, it's brought the prices down, but like, they can't be marketing it right. I mean, around here, I mean, you can buy honey in the builders merchants because the family has a load of beehives, and on your way into the builders merchant, there's a big display there with honey, and the same family, they do the one-stop shop where you pay all your bills and that. They sell it in there as well, the honey. So I mean, and you're buying it direct from these people are producing it, so it's raw honey. It's absolutely, and it's just in a jar. It's just raw honey in a jar, and it's probably illegal. If you went to Brussels, they would have said, you can't sell raw honey. It's got to be pasteurised and all that. But like, this is raw honey. Anyway, that's just another little example of and raw milk. Some places get locked up, get closed down. Like in America, they go after the Amish, who are the most green people you'll ever come across, the Amish, and they're closing them all down because they're selling raw milk and proper food, putting them in jail. That's how upside down the world is. But you can get raw milk here. There's a big dairy farm the other side of the town. From here it's about 20 kilometres, a place called Borima. And they're going on leaps and bounds, you can tell. And they've even got like their own shop in a place, and they get raw milk and cream, yogurt. They make cheese, 2 types of cheese, Sydney and Kashkaval. They're the 2 types. Kashkaval is more like the traditional Swiss cheese, and the Sydney is like feta, crumbly, white cheese. And then obviously they've got all sorts of other products then. The whey that comes off the cheese, they'll be selling that to someone. But they've got their own shop, this dairy, just on the way into town here, just down the road. So you get raw milk there, and you can tell them how much the percentage of fat you want in the milk. And they've got this machine there. And I'm not 100% sure what it does, because I buy the stuff anyway. I don't buy in that shop because I'm not sure what to ask for with the milk. But if you buy fresh milk here, it's absolutely beautiful. You can tell it's milk. If you had like semi-skim milk here from Mazda, and like took a swig of that, and then you had this milk, it's like white velvet. It's milk. You can tell it's come out of an animal. A semi-skim milk, and skim milk is like, it's like white water in Asda and that. So anyway, I'm going on now about like different things, but that's the main theme today. Turkey and Bulgaria are coming together and it'll benefit the way it's been done. Like Turkey investing in Bulgaria is more beneficial to Bulgaria. It's not just trade, these figures, it's everything. So Things are looking good. The centre of the new world.